Recorded Books presents A Model of Devotion by Mary Connealy, narrated by Libby Mcknight. Chapter 1. March, 1873, San Francisco, California. Jilly Stiles always came back to the mansion on Nob Hill. She was alone, and that never happened. 2 sisters, a very attentive mama, servants. When had she ever been alone in her life? Right now. In the black hour before dawn, walking through the upstairs hallway with a burning candle, she approached the servants' stairway. Narrow and dark, winding tightly down to the kitchen, just as fear wound tightly in her chest. There were lanterns set in the wall sconces. At night, they were usually turned low, but now they were snuffed out. No lantern light, no bustling servants, no sisters, the mainstays of her life. Only the circle of light from her flickering candle. She approached the top of the staircase in her white flannel nightgown. She shouldn't be out of her room dressed like this. Where was her robe? Why hadn't she dressed before coming on this errand? And what was her errand? She couldn't remember. Searching, perhaps. Searching for Laura and Michelle. They were lost. That was it. Her sisters were lost to her. Leaving her alone, leaving her defenseless. A shadow that shouldn't have been there cast itself on the wall ahead of her. She turned to look into the eyes of Edgar Beaumont, her stepfather. He grabbed her and laughed as he dragged her into his bedroom. With a shriek of terror, she dropped the candle, and it rolled across the floor toward his bed. The lamps were slightly turned up in there, yet everything was murky, haunting. But not dim enough that she could fail to see the cruelty in Edgar's eyes, feel the brutal grip of his hand. The bedspread caught fire from the candle. Edgar ignored the growing flames. He closed the door behind her with a loud slam and shoved her against it, pressing her to the door with the length of his body. "You flirted with me for the last time, Red." His voice dripped with something. She didn't quite recognize the tone, but it was a threat. She braced herself for something terrible to happen. The flames grew and crackled. She smelled smoke. She tried to shout a warning, but her voice wouldn't work. "A woman who teases asks for this." Edgar laughed. Jilly felt his hot breath blasting straight into her face. His breath was the fire, the smoke. She felt it burn her lungs, turn her heart to ash. "Your green eyes excite me, and everyone knows red hair and green eyes hide a temptress. That's what you are, Jillian, a temptress." Shaking her head, Jilly forced her throat to work. "No." "Yes, beautiful tease." He grabbed her upper arms, shaking her violently. Her head whipped back and smacked into the hard oak door with a sharp thud. She felt the flames spreading around her, catching her nightgown on fire. "You know this is what you've wanted." Edgar's fingers dug into her arms. She'd be bruised tomorrow. Bruised and burned. The thud of her head continued until it was a knock at the door. The flames crept up her gown and spread to the door behind her. It caught on the bed, along the floor, spreading until the room burned all around. In a house that was empty, except for her and Edgar, the thud penetrated her fear as if someone were really knocking. Edgar's lips curved into a sadistic smile. "If you tell your precious mama this happened, I'll tell her you came to me. You are in my room in the night, after all. I'll tell her you threw yourself at me. She'll hate you for it. Moreover, if she doesn't hate you,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?